It's Week 15 of the NFL, and our focus is on the Lions' sure-handed tight end. He's putting together one of the better seasons in league history. It's the Lions and the Browns, and it's all up next.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store, as it'll be the Cleveland Browns taking on the Detroit Lions. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they come in needing to do something to stop this skid here before the season ends.
And if you're leading this organization, one of the things you're making sure everyone understands, this isn't about playing for draft picks. This is about playing for victories.
Ready to get us started here, Riley Patterson. And we are underway from Ford Field. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. Leading the charge will be their quarterback, always fun to watch, Deshaun Watson.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Gotta hope that's not a sign of things to come as they face an early second and long. Now Watson. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12. Gonna need something special here on third and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? A throw there, but that's gonna wind up incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. 47 yards on the punt that time, just 1 yard on the return. And the Lions will take over. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
Hooker's throw going into the hands of Williams. Here's 2nd and 3. First run of the game for Jahmyr Gibbs, the Alabama product. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. The Lions come in search of win number 9 on the year. Well, they were losers last time out, trying to turn things around here in this one.
And it always helps to have a home crowd behind you, giving you encouragement as long as you give them something good to cheer about. So, you know, they just want to come out and play well for their faithful, and I expect them to do just that.
On second down, here's Gibbs. The numbers for him from a week ago. 7 catches, 78 yards.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Now he dumps this off over the middle and down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Hooker now on play action. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Second down, ball on the 3. First down marker at the 1-yard line. Throwing, Hooker. And that is caught. Touchdown. Detroit. A great play there. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Lions will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive goes 8 plays. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that type of a losing streak, it's incumbent upon you to take charge of this game early and not give them any reason to hope. Get out and attack them and make sure you knock them back on their butts.
Now a play fake, and it's Watson. He's going to air one out. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
You talk about this Lions defense.
Well, they've been very good this year against the pass, currently holding on to a top 10 ranking at number 10.
Take those rankings, throw them right out the window, because this is what you prepare for, this is what you practice for, this is what you think about. The ultimate test, taking out the #1 overall offense in the league.
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Watson looks to throw again. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And Oliver in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And this is taken at the 23. And just a net of 31 here. 40-yard punt, 9 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Lions offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC.
Well, as we know, they have already clinched the NFC North, a wild card game waiting for them to open the postseason, and they have earned the right to host it, Charles, in front of the home crowd.
And this is a division with a lot of history and legacy. And if you're a team to take the crown out of this group, you've already proven you're one of the names to watch in the NFC playoffs. I think they'll be an incredibly tough out in the postseason.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs.
5 yards is the tally of the first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Off play action. Here's Hooker.
He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard.
Gibbs will try and pick it up.
And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And this will depend on the mark. The line forward. Indeed, he did not. They stop him. So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have one challenge remaining. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 18 carries, 77 yards, and a touchdown.
10 touchdowns on the season for him, and I don't know whether these goals are written down. I don't know whether they're discussed amongst the team, but I do know this. Every guy who touches the ball as a ball carrier thinks 10 touchdowns is a nice round goal to try and reach in a season.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the 50, it's Watson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back to throw, Watson. And he is going to go down. He will be sacked on the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Watson now to throw. Steps away to his left. Past the 20. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
At least this time he's getting hit after a positive play for his offense. The pressure was coming through yet again, but he certainly didn't stick around for the sack on this occasion. Found an escape route and ended up getting the first down before taking the hit.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. 10 more there and another first down. Chubb will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. They'll try the air now with Watson. Drops it off for Chubb. And he is going to lose yardage here. A touchdown-saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Here's Watson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So they opted to pass for it on 3rd and goal. Let's see what they do on 4th and goal.
Well, I think they threw it with the idea that if they didn't get it, they would go for it on 4th and goal. So they've got another play in their pocket. They're going to have to call it right now. No field goal here.
So a conservative decision there, but it does put them on the board.
And I know the players hate it and the coaches hate it, but sometimes you just got to take the points when they're there. Sometimes a field goal is pretty darn good.
Pushing his way through, and he'll be out of bounds across the 25. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. They're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they want to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be 2nd down. Gibbs straight ahead. And running with power here. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 11 yards there and a Lion first down. Another run for Gibbs here. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. On 2nd down, Hooker. That ball nearly intercepted.
The rookie had his hands on it, but couldn't pull it in.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
He's got his target. That's complete. And in for the Lions touchdown. A great effort there.
For his 19th touchdown, his second of the game.
And the Lions are able to widen their advantage. Hooker going to try to throw for it.
And unable to connect. They don't get the two-point conversion here. So unable to throw it in for two from the two. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a two-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Pass caught. He's got Tillman.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Watson.
And his throw here is incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Aiden Hutchinson.
Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Following that sack, Watson and the Browns backed up for a 3rd and long.
They're going to look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again.
Aiden Hutchinson.
2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down.
Ethan Evans on now to punt.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
The partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
From the gun, it's Hooker. He gets this out wide to Gibbs.
And it's not going to be enough here. A gain of 4, about 2 feet short of the marker, 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And he's going to have the 1st down, yardage to the 35.
Hooker.
And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. They'll try and throw for it. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Well, that was almost a 4-point swing. The interception, if he had returned it all the way, would have been 2 for them, but just a little bit shy.
And when it's a play like that, you're exactly right with the math. But don't you feel like it would have counted for more if they found their way all the way back to the end zone and gotten the 2? That changes the whole momentum, doesn't it?
Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it.
Oh, one of the linebackers has got it.
And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
So danger averted for the moment, but now here's a 3rd and long.
They go up the middle with Chubb, and he is going to lose yardage here. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5.
And they will take over 1st and 10. And Detroit back in possession of the football.
And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. And they're going to hurry back to the line now.
Going back to Gibbs on 1st down.
And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory.
Ball placed at the 45 for 2nd and 5. Here's Hooker to throw it.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
They go play action. Here's Hooker.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
He's going to take another shot here. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, predictably, at least somewhat predictably. It doesn't pay off, and the Browns are going to get this thing back. Excellent field position. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Smith. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. On 2nd down, here's Watson.
Following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Watson.
Gets this over the middle to Tillman. And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range as well, down at the 17-yard line.
From the red zone now, Watson. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them at the end zone as the first half winds down.
Well, not the best first half facing this deficit, but at least they did put 3 on the board before half.
Yeah, it's a little bit like that stormy, cloudy day, and the sun peeks through just for a second. They saw the sun there. They're hoping to see a little bit more of it in the second half.
So we've reached halftime here in Detroit with the Lions out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll begin up at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, and they're drawing close to halftime with the Vikings out on top. Mike Williams, a touchdown reception. From there, we'll make the trip down to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And things didn't go so well, as it was the visiting Raiders who come in and grab the victory. Josh Jacobs, close to 200 yards on the ground with 3 touchdown runs. Finally, let's get up to the place they call Titletown, Green Bay, Wisconsin, to see what's happening with the Packers. And that game all tied up as they host the visiting Giants. We got an excellent first half from the man from Tennessee. That's Hendon Hooker. He threw a first quarter touchdown pass, then 2 more in the second quarter, a 3-touchdown half. And he may just be getting started. Final adjustments being made in both locker rooms. They are just about set to get back to football in Detroit. And for the call of the second half, we'll kick it back up to Ford Field and Brandon Gott.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the third. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line can play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. And quickly, they get to the line. 3rd and 2. Here's Hooker. They'll roll him out right. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 42-yard line. Looking to throw, Hooker. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. On the give, here's Gibbs. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. This 2nd and 4. Hooker now on play action. That's complete to the Porter. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 of the 12. First target, first catch, and a 1st down. Hand off now to Gibbs. And here he'll get it down to the 7. From the 7, it's 2nd and 5. Hooker's going to throw it. He's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Lions take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Laying out is Davis, and he's got the football. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Browns offense heading out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. On first down, it's Watson. Throw over the middle, pulled in here by Farrell. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Now it's Watson.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Lions are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Right side to Williams.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Throwing. Hooker.
And that is incomplete. That one doesn't find its target, but all in all, he's been much sharper this week. He was under 50% a week ago, and now he's up over 70%.
But you know it's standard for quarterbacks and receivers get together for a little extra time each and every day in practice. I get the sense they got together for a lot of extra time this week to try and improve that passing percentage, and it's worked out quite well.
69 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. They'll go again with Gibbs.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Off play action. Here's Hooker. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, after watching him ring the bell that many times and put the ball in the end zone throwing it, you had to figure they had to bring some type of pressure. They had to change things up on defense.
And able to get to him, put him on the ground, so maybe just something to throw him off a little bit.
Yeah, that had to feel a lot better for the defensive guys. They've been getting carved up in this one. To finally knock him on the ground and force an incompletion, that's got to be a sigh of relief.
Here's Hooker.
Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Lions add 6 to their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that'll increase their lead to 28.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. And the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Escaping the pressure right. He stiff arms him. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. Now Watson.
Open man, that's Tillman.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Watson now to throw.
He'll get this complete to Tillman. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 2nd and 5.
Here's a quick throw caught by Smith. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And now 2 yards to go on 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
Watson looks to throw again. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. They'll run for it. Chubb, and he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on fourth down. Watson. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. Not the first and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Ford Field. 3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on second and goal here. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on third and goal. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Desperation time. Watson on fourth down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had the play call on fourth and goal, but it's dropped in the end zone. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. A little bit of daylight on that first down run sets him up nicely. 8 yards on the carry. And they're going to speed things up here. On second down, Hooker. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
They go play action. Here's Hooker. Steps away. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gibbs. And they'll get this across the midfield stripe, but still winding up short of the first down. Fourth down, a give to Gibbs. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. Now Hooker. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. From the gun, Gibbs will get it. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. Now run by Gibbs. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. And now they're in the hurry-up. On third down, Hooker. Buying time to his left. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Hendon Hooker taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Lions look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. To throw is Watson. Goes right back to Smith again. Short completion, just 4 yards. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Back to throw, Watson. Being checked. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. That's taken on the 25. So holding there on the return, and that'll back them up to start the next drive.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy call right there, partner. I think when the officials look in their manual and see the expression, jersey getting pulled, that's a flag coming out every time.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry up. Here's Hooker to throw it. He finds his man, complete. It's Clayton. And that worked this well upfield across the 45. Here's Gibbs. And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On the end around, here comes Williams. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 15 yards for the Lions there on a 1st down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll run it with Gibbs. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Hooker. Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. Picked off by Ron Thornhill. And the Browns are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Watson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st down, Watson.
The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him, but after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
To the air yet again, Watson. And that one too wide and incomplete. Now, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
No choice but to go. Here's fourth down now.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Lions will take over. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He finds his man, complete. That's Clayton. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Detroit, the win is number 9 for them on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Browns, the season is really nosediving now as they fall to 2-12. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.